Only led twice in this entire game, and they got it to overtime.
And they've
yet
to
41-40 and 26-25, something in that range.
They've not scored in overtime.
It's been a 10-0 run in OT. It's 42-41 and 26-25.
Well, the shot by Rockwell, to me, still was the gutsiest shot of the night for the corner. I mean, that was the one that brought him into the confidence to bring this thing home.
And never change your approach.
I thought Hager did a great job reminding his kids of that. I thought that one time out he did exactly that.
There's Koeman. He puts it up and in. They have no timeouts remaining.
Now, if you're Franklin right now, you don't want to go celebrating too early. Grill's out there dancing around and stuff. I'll tell you what, there's 45 seconds to go, and we coaches
I've seen Wilder stuff, you know, you got to be careful.
We coaches are a sick lot. I mean, right now I'm sitting there thinking of all the ways I can lose if I'm over there and I'm Coach Hager. You don't want your team celebrating and dancing around and waving to the crowd and that kind of stuff.
Seems to be a clock issue.
Okay, they're going to take it down to 43. There it is.
So it's at 39 seconds when he shot the foul. George saying to us, down to 35.
So it's down to 35, so they corrected it. Now the Allentown Central Catholic people aren't happy about that. Franklin is, and everybody knows it's the right correction, though. You see on the other side there, Coach Hassler shaking his head saying, yep, you got it right. Final timeout for Franklin.
Bill Hager doesn't want anything to go awry. 56-47.
Right now, what you really want to do is you just want to make sure you set a play up, probably like a 1-4 of some kind. If they're playing on the ball, throw it deep. If they're playing off the ball, just get it in the hands of one of your guards and make sure you hang on to it, get fouled, walk to the other end, shoot foul shots. That's all you got to do right now. You're up 3 long possessions. That means you got to make 3 threes on you in 35 seconds, assuming that you don't make 1 point. That's a tough, tough load to try to carry.
And no timeouts to stop the clock.
And no timeouts for either team.
Spirited battle in the electric atmosphere.
Now watch it. You're going to see down screens, and you're going to see the 2 forwards clearing out and the guards coming to it. There it is.
Well, the Grill brothers, I know you've been impressed with them, the way they handle the ball.
I'll tell you a guy I've been impressed with tonight, too, and he's had a tough job, and he hasn't got a lot of credit, J.J. Horn. J.J. Horn has played a great game defensively. He's had to handle a load with Hines all night long. He's done the unmentionables. He's gotten on the boards. He's set the screens out top. I mean, he's really done a job.
Well, we thought Hines would have to be around his average, and we were right. He has 16 on the night.
So they kept him 5 points under his average. And the other guy is Rockwell. I mean, Rockwell has just been huge all night long on both ends of the floor.
And Leffert as well.
Yeah, so all 5 guys, I mean, have really just been unbelievable. Now you can start celebrating. 4-possession game.
Hines going to try a contested 3. Grill comes out with a rebound and calls a timeout.
He doesn't have one, I don't think.
But they had 2, they had 1 left.
I will say.
They did have 1 left.
Okay, he did have 1 left. Forgive me.
58-47. Well, Mark, you and I were here the last time Allentown Central Catholic was in this game. It was a great game and a tough loss for ACC against Aliquippa, losing it by 3, 78-75.
That's right. That was a true classic. Allentown Central Catholic, the Vikings led by Billy McCafferty. They lost a heartbreaker. Like I said, it was 78-75. Aliquippa, team that featured future NFL star Sean Gilbert. But the story that day for Aliquippa was the great play of Myron Walker, who lit it up against Allentown Central Catholic. Aliquippa went away with the title.
Long baseball pass to Horn. You know, the little game, Horn did it tonight.
He really did.
Just really, you know, clamped down. He got physical.
Right there's a great example. He could have gone to the basket with that. He understands exactly what he's supposed to do. I mean, the guy just is doing the job. Here he is again. Find the guard. That's all you got to do. Game's over.
Just playing keep away now.
You don't want to foul out. Don't foul. 9 seconds to go, an 11-point lead now, and Franklin, I'll tell you, has been impressive in overtime the whole game. Both teams, really.
Bill Hager is now ready to celebrate. His son Nick comes over to give him a hug. Franklin making their first trip to the big show and have struck gold, and it took overtime.
Going to be curtain call time now for some ACC players here as we see the check-in. You're going to see Hines leave the game here in a moment to a thunderous ovation.
And Andrew Gooman as well. Marvelous careers.
The two seniors on the starting five, and not the way you want to go out, but you can't say it was for lack of effort. I'll guarantee you that.
Knocked off the defending state champ, who many thought would get back for a chance to defend.
Both will be playing something at the next level.
Here's McGeehan for a long three, and that's good. And it's over. Franklin has won it.
Well, that's what it's about.
Do not throw objects on the playing surface. It can and has resulted in players. So please do not throw at
Jed, you talk about a gritty bunch of guys. I mean, these Franklin kids, not big, but certainly in the way of heart, huge here tonight, especially in overtime.
As they end up winning it, 58-50, that's the final.
I don't remember seeing a team that thought about the three as much as this team did tonight, and the three was good to them at the end of regulation and in overtime. And then the free throw line coming down the stretch, they were able to kind of weather that and take this thing home. 58-50, Franklin knocks out Allentown Central Catholic in overtime, and a gutsy game by both teams and a brilliantly coached game by both coaches.
So 58-50, that's the final. Let's get out of Mark Shuey and check in with him right now. Mark?
Well, the fans who drove the 4 hours from Franklin to Hershey, well, they've gotten what they've come for, haven't they? They will go home witnessing the first ever boys PIAA championship in basketball in school history, as the Franklin boys are the boys AAA champs. You know, the Knights have been close before. Franklin lost to the eventual state champ Blackhawk in the Western semifinals in both 1995 and 96. Well, Franklin took care of Blackhawk in the Western semis this year, 52-43, and now they have come to Hershey and defeated a great Allentown Central Catholic team to win the gold. This ACC Viking club knocked out a very powerful Steel High team. The defending champs took out Susquehanna and came in here, I would say maybe the slight favorite, but boy, I'll tell you, Franklin, what a gritty effort tonight in what was a great basketball game. Like I said before, this is exactly what a championship basketball game should look like.
We'll talk about balanced scoring tonight. Rockwell with 18, Leffert with 17, Sean Grill with 15. I mean, these guys got it done. And again, via the three most of the time. I mean, they're not a big team, and they think about the three, and it tied the game up. It took the lead, and in overtime, it brought it home. I haven't seen a team like this go for the three and think the three any time in any of the games we've ever done, Jed and Mark.
Well, they just a great game. Really wasn't a loser in this. There's a survivor more than anything. And gutty performance by Franklin, outscoring Allentown Central Catholic in overtime, 13-5.
I always go back to man-to-man defense.
There's Danny Hines.
Yeah, Danny Hines, what a great career, and certainly moving on to another level to play, but it could be the basketball player of the year in Pennsylvania. But, you know, you talk about man-to-man defense, and a great man-to-man defensive team was this Franklin team, and it certainly yielded up a lot of opportunities tonight. And the other side, as you see the silver medals being put around the necks of the Vikings, an outstanding game. And I mean, a gutty performance, a lot of ebb and flow to it all evening, Jed.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. What a great day of basketball we've had here today. Fun stuff.
Well, and Ron Hassler and Bill Hager, I mean, they had a clutch on this game from the beginning. They never let the runs get long. They changed the game. They answered each other. They made great moves and counter moves. That's part of it also. And their kids showed great mentality, reflected their thinking on the floor. And really, when you look at it, that's exactly what you want your team to do at this point in the season in a championship game, is have a championship mentality.
Let's go back to Mark Shuey and get what you met Mrs. Grill earlier tonight. Has to be exciting over there for Franklin. First trip and they strike gold.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm in the Franklin end of the arena, so it's slightly loud over here. But yeah, I think you're talking about Deb Grill. Deb Grill and the Franklin folks are absolutely ecstatic. Like I said, you know, this Franklin club has been very close before. They've had a good run at high school basketball the past couple of years, and when you get very close and it just slips out of your grasp, finally winning it means so much more. Now the Franklin Knights are going to take home gold from Hershey this evening with a 58-50 win over Allentown Central Catholic.
Runner-up trophy, and they're hard to come by, Gary. You've got to get to this game to have an opportunity, as we say over and over again, and a great year.
Well, I always look at it and say, you know, you take a 50-50 shot when you come to this thing. You know, you can win and you can lose. But I'll tell you what, there's about 90 other teams in the state in this classification that would love to be playing in this game tonight. And you talk about putting on a show here. Great basketball. I mean, you're not going to see a much better game played. I don't care about the low score. It was an outstanding effort by both teams, both coaches.
They go crazy over Franklin here.
Now, the only place you lose tonight is on the scoreboard. And I know that sounds so trite.
It was
it takes
overtime.
a few days to reflect, but you know, you're going to look back at your accomplishments at getting here and playing, and you gave it your championship effort, and another team did a little better.
And it was a great gutty effort, too, by Allentown Central Catholic to get this into overtime. And here's Bill Hager. He's just done a great job. This team, fabulous year.
Just so impressed that when you watch it come out, as I said, not big, but all of a sudden you see the quickness, the intensity on defense. And I think that's what stands out in my mind tonight, the quickness and the intensity on defense. I mean, it was there all night long, and you just had to be so impressed with the Grill brothers. But with Leffert, you see Rockwell knock down a big shot, a guy like J.J. Horn doing the unmentionables we talked about. I mean, they really just did the hard work it takes to win the gold. There you see dad and son hugging. Boy, that's always a special time.
Well, you won a state championship with Columbia in 1987, and it's just something you never forget, this experience you have with these kids you've had together, you and them, for 4 months now.
Well, right now, what you do is every one of these you put around a kid's neck. You're thinking about a moment with that kid. You're thinking about the macadam. You're thinking about the summer practices. You're thinking about all the things that went on.
With J.J. Horn, who was just huge in this game, doing a lot of the little stuff.
And you know, if you ever think that this isn't a part of education, you look at the kind of love. You become a family for 4 to 5 to 6 months. And these guys are a family, just like Allentown Central Catholic is. And you've lived and died together all during the season. And it's a tough moment for ACC. Big moment right now for Franklin, but it's still a family type of atmosphere and a family type of feeling. You hurt together and you feel good together on the other side.
And of course, the exquisite sportsmanship shown as Allentown Central Catholic stands and watches the gold medal ceremony. That's not an easy thing to do, but they do it with they do it with great elegance and great class.
I had a chance to stand on the winning side, but we talked afterward, and the coach said to me, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I said, you're going to feel like a guy that did the same thing I did. You came into the game with your team, and you hoped you had a chance to win. Someone was going to win on the board, someone was going to lose on the board. But you had a chance.
Final score, 58-50, as Bill Hager gets his gold medal, and they're about to get the big hardware, the big one.
As they call come forward, as Mr. Blucas presents Franklin High School.
There it is. That'll go in the trophy case. Probably get passed around Franklin for a few days and visit a few different places. But it's real, and it's going to go home to Franklin tonight. They deserve to be the champions, 58-50.
As it goes on a victory lap, with the Franklin fans have driven about 4 hours to be here to the Hershey Park Arena. Well, a great first day, I thought. We saw Kennedy Christian get crowned in boys single A, 4 consecutive. Trinity won the double A. Oakland Catholic girls quad, and the winner in overtime here in the AAA title tilt. Franklin 58-50 over Allentown Central Catholic. For Gary Sutton, Mark Shuey, our WITF production crew, and the entire crew at PCN, and everyone here at the Hershey Park Arena, I'm Jed Donahue. Good night, everybody.